Basically, what you're trying to say is that you can't control it.
I'm not trying to say that. The whole bloody ship is.
It's the grand color scheme that freaks me. I mean, when you try and operate one of these weird black controls, you really get black on black backgrounds, all that light lights up black to let you know you've done it. What is this?
Jalapeno, 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 jalapeno.
Warning. Some viewers may find the following stream wholesome. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello. How are we doing? How is everybody? Music should autoplay when we join this scene. For some reason it's not, so let me add that to my ever-growing fix list. Music not playing when main scene opened. Alright, how are we doing today? A little bit later start for me than normal, and it's not on my regular stream day, so yeah, here we are. Some IRL stuff meant some jiggling around of the schedule this week. Captain Crabs, welcome in. Oh, are we going to get a starfish landing? Denied. So how's everybody doing? We've got a bunch of stuff to discuss today for what's happening on the stream, future plans for the stream, Unity stuff, other stuff, lots of stuff going on today. Tell the girls that we'll have pool time after lunch. Nice, nice. Yeah, I try not to go outside too much this time of year in Texas because, yeah, it's kind of between 92 and 99 for the next 10 days. So, yeah, I don't want to have to smother myself in lotion just to go swimming. And I think there might be some indoor pools if you're a member of certain gyms in the area, but you know, if you want to go to the free, is it free? I don't think it is free. If you want to go to the outdoor city pool in the local park, it's just too hot. It's ridiculous. Okay, I have to do that before I continue. Sparky, how are you doing? Wait, isn't it Thursday? I hope it is. Did somebody say it wasn't Thursday? Did I say it wasn't Thursday? It's a Thursday. Yes, Thursday. Okay. You're trying to confuse me now, Sparky. I'm guessing you mean, wait, it's Thursday, but you don't stream on a Thursday. Is that where we're going with this conversation, possibly? So my schedule's been jiggled around a bit this week because of IRL stuff. So instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Monday, Thursday, Friday, with the Sandbox Saturday still added in at the end, of course. 95 here in Annapolis. We live on the river, plus I put a kiddie pool in the backyard. Yeah, I'm not a 90s kind of person. When it gets to the 90s, I'll go shopping, take me around some stores, you know, in the air-conditioned places. I'll stay home with my air conditioning on, but especially with the bugs, I got eaten up real bad lately with mosquitoes when I hopped over next door for the ongoing greenhouse story. Yeah, I got eaten up pretty bad, so I try not to go out at all if possible. This is a no pants stream today. I know that Berlin has been asking for no pants for a long time, so I have no pants on today. In fact, I have shorts. Those of you were thinking, well, hang on a minute, is this against TOS? I don't think it's against TOS if you can't actually see anything, but you know, I sometimes mute the mic and I get up to let the dogs out or whatever, so you know, I don't think completely no pants would be acceptable, advisable, or wanted, quite frankly. So yeah, here we are. How are you doing today, Cam Crabs? How's the job hunting going? You got any more interviews lined up? Have you got any job news to share with us? You're on a small farm, so we spend most of the day outside. Well, I guess the word farm brings Porky on as well. He never misses an opportunity to plonk himself upon my head and bobble around. So, GG's to Tubby Crumbles this morning. I reinstated, and then we'll see if we get any issues with it in the future. I reinstated the first chatter detection, so whoever does chat first in chat will be congratulated and see an animation with their avatar or profile picture come on the screen. What I'd like to do, maybe today, maybe off stream, is put something on this screen to say who was first. Now that we're not using the music UI at the bottom anymore, we have a little bit of empty real estate there to play with, so yeah, we might have something down there about whoever was first. Something video game related, possibly. Don't know. We'll see. But anyway, my daughter came home from school with a rash, and it turned out to be bites because she had sat on the grass with shorts on and they bit her leg. See, that's one of the good things that I remember about England, that really there's not much that bites. I mean, the ants bite, very occasionally mosquitoes, but for the most part, I seem to remember going to the park and not even having to worry about picnic blankets and things, because you could literally sit on the grass without fear of being chewed up. I think it was ants. Yeah, so I think that's the biggest concern. Well, I hope she got some good germaline. Is that still a thing? It's funny because I have a toothpaste at the moment which has the consistency and colour of germaline. And every time I go to brush my teeth, I'm like, ew. But it does taste of bubblegum, so that's quite nice. I hope she gets better soon. I did have a job interview this week, but waiting to see if I make it to the second round. Ooh, can you share any information about it, Captain Krabs? The type of job it was, the company it was for, anything? If not, that's fair enough, I understand. Yeah, so we're actually going to, I guess, Berlin has preempted the fact I was going to mention I have a couple of new trolls. I mean, a couple of new emotes. TD, how are you? Welcome on in. Aren't you glad it's Friday? I'm glad it's Friday Eve. Not quite Friday for me yet. It is Friday if you're Booyah Grandma. Okay. So Booyah Grandma actually lives in Japan now. Moved from the US to Japan and works on a fantastic game called Alpine Lake, if you didn't know. Here we go. Let's get a clip.
Like, look at this. Look at this.
There he is.
Aw. If I grab the hip joint, right?
See, look, even does 3D modeling.
The feet do
and
this
rigging.
amazing
Look.
roll all by itself. And the feet shape is just so perfect for the roll. So that's I'm not even doing anything. And then the way it like dances when I just rotate it, it's so good.
Happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. Excellente. So, how are you doing today, TD? Good to see you. Yeah, so as Berlin preempted, we do have a couple of new emotes for subscribers. The first new emote Berlin has demonstrated will actually do a gigantify on it just so that you can see it. Full size. Here we go. So this is the first one. Possibly. There we go. There is the first one. It is bit in Barbie style with maybe a possible tiny Margot Robbie sticking her head out from the side. Okay, so if you subscribe at tier 1, that's one emote you can use. I mean, you can use it in sentences in chat, because when it's tiny, you can just kind of put it in the middle of sentences to spell out words. Like so. There we go. I feel a bit happy today, but I was using the word bit and people are... That's Margot Robbie. I thought that was you. I mean, we're often mistaken. We've never been seen in the same room together, Berlin. People often do mistake us, so I can quite clearly see, obviously, where, you know, the mistake came from. But no, it is in fact Margot. Maybe I'll be on a future emote. Who knows? We'll see. But so I plan on restreaming next week. Excellent. Nice. Am I following Moxie? Let's have a look. Do 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 do. No, I'm not. Let's fix that. Okay. Job done. Alrighty. So when Moxie restreams next week, I'm going to be there if I'm at my desk and I'm available, because I kind of have to be available. Okay, like starting to stream again or restreaming a prior episode. Do they still do those? You can still do reruns. Nerdwino in the house. Besto friendo nerd. How are you doing? Welcome on in. Hello, Igni. Yes, I know you're down there. You don't need lots of attention today while I'm streaming. It's getting big. You heard it here first. Nerdwino's channel is getting big. Go on, Igni. Can't be fussing you and trying to deal with streaming as well. Oh, we get the shout out, but no clips at the moment. New streams. Most likely we'll do something around the farm. That sounds like fun. Nice. Okay. Did we shout Balint out today? I'm not sure we shouted out Balint yet. Let's check on the handsome Twitch ambassador.
Have a clicker mask.
Yeah.
There he is. Look at this
So,
clip.
like, I'm a zombie Deadpool variant, right? With like a vibe of like the cordyceps.
I mean, you kind of like totally showed up your guess there, Balint. You know, they showed up in a hot dog costume and you just went all out. So, yeah. So, there is that. Okay. So, that was the first of the 2 emotes. So, I will now gigantify the second for people who subscribe at tier 2. I know not everybody can subscribe at tier 2, but if you do, you get the second half of the fantastic pairing. You get Gamey with a Ken, or Ryan Gosling, one of Balint's favourite artists. He loves the Ken songs. So yeah, and obviously if you put them together, it's not as I don't know, it's not as synchronized as I'd like. I'd like Gamey to have been on the level which it was originally without any rotation, but it just made it too tiny when it was down to the 28 point on. So the best I could do was rotate it and enlarge it somewhat. You thought that was me? No, not on this particular occasion. No, it is in fact Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. Me and Ryan Gosling, obviously, we get mistaken for the same person all the time. You know, I feel like some days I can't go out shopping without somebody coming up to me and going, "Ryan, would you sign?" Oh wait, sorry, no, I thought you were somebody else. Must be embarrassing for Ryan Gosling when he keeps getting stopped and everybody's like, "Hey, aren't you a bit gay?" Oh no, sorry, wrong person. Easy mistake to make, Balint, and you are forgiven. Okay. All right, so that is the new emotes. GG's again to Tubby Crumbles for being first in today. Like I say, I'm going to add something. I don't know what yet. If anybody has any video game related suggestions, what we could have on this screen, or person that's first that will stay on screen during the duration, then let me know. How dare they mistake that? I know, right? But you know, people are human. They make mistakes. Like I say, if it hadn't happened before, I'd be more surprised, but it just happens pretty much all the time, every single day. And I still haven't fixed the issue yet with the flashing on and off of this neon sign up here. So as you can see, probably in this glass here, you can see the reflection slightly of the neon sign, and then every so often it'll go off. It just goes, ooh, and then it comes back on again. Now I know on the last stream we were talking about making a sign, which I still plan on doing, and after the last stream on Monday, see it's gone off now, let's turn it off. After the last stream I did on Monday, I did start looking around for some bits and pieces, and I think I might have found what I needed, so I just need to buy them, have them delivered, and then schedule. I keep saying I'm going to schedule a 1,000 follow a celebration stream. I need to get that done, and then we'll maybe make a sign on that stream. Actually, not coffee in my cup today. Here's my cup that Firefighter Gamey bought me many moons ago, and this is a delicious hot cup of tea that Mini Gamey made me. It's not Barry's tea. I'm sorry, Nerdwino. I don't want to disappoint you. I think it's either PG Tips or Taifu, but yeah, no Barry's here. It's a bit too strong for me, a bit too chewy. Okay, so something visual for the first chatter. We need to give some thought to. Haven't had Taifu in years. I'm not sure if it is Taifu or PG Tips or Tetley's or it's one of those that's not Barry's. I know that much. But you know how it is. You buy it and then you put it in your canister and then you throw the box away, and then I can't remember. Hang on, I need to scare a squirrel away. One moment. Okay, so I have a bird feeder. I think I've discussed it on previous streams with a camera that then has a motion sensor. If it detects anything in front, you know how motion sensors work. It turns on the camera and records it. I've had an issue with squirrels getting into the bird feeder and eating the seed. So what Mrs. Gamey did was she did the subscription to the free app for the bird seed feeder, and yeah, it actually comes with a bird scarer. It's supposed to, not a bird scarer, that wouldn't be very good for a bird feeder, would it? A squirrel scarer. It does this alarm that sounds like, you know, when you steal something from a store. I mean, when you forget to pay for something from a store and you walk through the door to leave, and then it goes. I can't really do it, but it does an alarm. The thing is, that's how they monetize the app. They say, hey, if you want to use AI to identify things that come to your bird feeder, and you also want to have something to scare squirrels away, then subscribe at $4 a month. So I said, just do it. Just do the subscription thing, because these squirrels are getting annoying. You know, they keep climbing up and scaring off the birds. So she paid the money and got the subscription, and it works as much in the alarm does go off, but do the squirrels care, or do the squirrels just turn into honey badgers and they're like, what's that noise? I'm busy eating my bird seed, go away. Bear, how are you doing? Happy day before Friday. Thank you. Happy Friday Eve to you too. Not the eve of Friday, the eve before Friday, like Christmas Eve is. Yeah, you know. I'm drinking sun tea that we make, and I add cane sugar. Ooh! Well, I see Coca-Cola is going to have cane sugar instead of sweeteners soon. How about that? Yeah. Right. I feel a bit spacey today. I don't know why. So if I seem like I'm not my usual self, or I'm not really here, that might be it. I don't really know what I put it down to. I just feel a bit, you know, just a bit foggy, I guess. Did you just say Christmas? Yeah, and I was thinking, how many days is it until Christmas? I always wonder that. What? There's a redemption? Bear, we make a great double act. 154 days. It's closing in. It's going to be here before we know it. Susie Q is in the house. Duo Beats. How are you doing, Susie? Susie might not be aware that I don't have the SR command anymore for requesting songs. She might not be aware of that. It was a sad day. But, yeah, the SR command is no more, Susie. I'm terribly sorry. I can only apologise. I am looking at alternatives. But yeah, if you try and use the SR command, you'll find out what happened. Thank you, Berlin, for the funny noises clip. I'm sure that's lovely. That's not me trying to do the alarm. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Still recovering from cold and back, but on the whole, pretty good. I'm glad. Yeah, I know you're on the road to recovery, so I'm glad you're further along that road. I'm doing okay. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm a bit spacey today, a bit foggy. I don't know what it is. But without further ado, we should probably close the redemption, right? Or the redemption. See, the prediction. Okay. So, which shirt am I wearing today? 50% said coffee. Nobody said Twitch. And 50% said something else. So, it's actually the first time you've seen this particular shirt in particular on stream. So let's have a look, shall we? Look, it's kind of a music player UI. Something simple, something I like the look of. So, well, I bought it. So on this particular day, on this particular occasion in particular, the shirt I'm wearing falls under something else. There we go. Predict completed. Okay, and now I've completed the prediction. It should open up one of it redemptions, which is a bit shirty. So your ears are still blocked. Should I speak up a bit, Susie? Is it? Can you hear me? Okay. Waiting for MRI scan for my back, which could be a very long wait. Have you had an MRI scan before? I don't think that's asking too personal a medical question. I'm just curious. Wait, you changed colours. How did you change colour, Susie? What? You were blue and now you're pink. What's going on right now? My mind is blown. Not on my back. Okay, so you've had an MRI before. You know what to expect. You know it's that lovely noise they make when you go. Actually, is that MRI? Yes, that is MRI, the noisy one, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, splished in the pool. Berlin, not quite well enough to win a prize, but, you know, you tried. I did, as I should be pink when I'm chatting, and Johnny's blue when he's chat. Oh, okay. So because it's a shared profile, you change it. Oh, that's good to know. So had I known that, I would have been saying, "Oh, hey, John," thinking it was John, and it wouldn't have been. 3. I feel like we need some kind of MRI leaderboard now. Okay, so first place currently we have Moxie with 3, and we have Susie in second place with 2. I don't need the prize. I like using my hard-earned coin to support you. Ah, Berlin. Lovely fella. You've had 6. All right, so Berlin is now top of the leaderboard. I think probably mini-gamey might beat all of you, but yeah, let's not do the leaderboard thing. Maybe not. Hope not for anything serious. Yeah. All right, so Susie came in as John, but now she's back to Susie again. So that's all sorted. Okay, so Berlin, if you have any ideas what I can put on this screen to show who was first. Thing is, I don't have a lot of space. I know a lot of people, including Berlin, have like text on screen and just says like first, and then it has who it was. I would at least probably like. What about? I wonder if we had their avatar and then turned it into a circle and then pretty much made it look like it was on the back of the calendar. And then every so often the calendar turns around and shows it and says first today or first chatter or something. Possibly. Heart transplant in 2016. My dad had a triple heart bypass a long time ago. It's amazing though if you manage to get a transplant, because you hear all these stories, don't you, about, you know, just because you need a transplant and you go on a list doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be able to get one. So Sounds fancy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how easy it's going to be to make it look like it's rotating, so that might be a challenge. I don't want the exploding ball like when you change the calendar. So, we'll see. Dire Prism, welcome on in. Hope your Thursday is going well. We're all kind of hanging out here waiting for Friday to show up. 9+ years and no issues. Be nice. Good, good. You know, when people come in and they have like sad stories, I sympathise, I sometimes empathise, but you know, it's always nice to have people come in and tell stories with happy endings. Yeah, just about that. Yeah, we're getting close. We are heading in the right direction. So where are we up to today? Okay, so because this isn't my usual stream day, this is the usual day though when Unity has their publisher sale. I can put this over the back of my head possibly, so that we don't have the wire trailing on my shirt for when people do the redemption for Bit Shirty. Can this go behind me possibly? Maybe? Allegedly? Oh, let's see. Okay, there we go. That looks like I have wireless headphones. Look at that. Hey, does anybody want coffee? I have good news. My coffee is done brewing. Excellent. Yes, at some point now I'll finish that delicious cup of tea. I'm going to need to go in the kitchen and get myself a coffee. But also, my cold drink for the day is Diet Coke from the gas station. So, cheers. I got to make a cup of tea as John just in from work. Wifey duties, BRB. Okay. All right. Thank you, Susie. I believe Susie has Yorkshire tea. I think so. No, Nerdwino has Barry's. I think Susie has Yorkshire. I feel like I'm building up like a tea catalogue. Maybe we need something on the stream about tea. I don't know. 1-1 Lion, yes. If you're not already following 1-1 Lion, he is actually on a road trip to see family this week, so he's not streaming. We're all hoping that when he comes back, he does start streaming again, because he did, I'm not even going to say imply, he did say that he might not do streaming anymore. He might be giving up the streamy stuff. So that would be a sad day if it indeed did happen. So to encourage him to come back to streaming, if you're not already following 1-1 Lion, it would be nice if you drop him a follow. And maybe when he comes back off his break and he sees all these new followers, he'll be like, just going to be rude not to carry on streaming now. So, Yorkshire is the best, and Yorkshire decaf. See, I remembered. I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, but I remember what tea people told me they have 6 months ago. Weird how the brain works, isn't it? So since we're talking about beverages, Ice Bear, your coffee is brewed. What coffee do you have? We're not here to judge. I get like, some people like some things, some people like others. I mean, you know, Nerdwino drinks Barry's tea, and he suggested I try it. So I bought a box and I tried it, and it was too strong for me. But do I judge Nerdwino for having strong tea tastes? No, it's fine. It's all good. Okay, so yes, I don't normally stream Thursdays, but Thursdays is when the Unity Asset Store has Publisher of the Week asset that we normally discuss on a Friday. But guess what? We don't have to discuss it tomorrow because we can discuss it today. So Sign VFX is in fact the Publisher of the Week, which means that all of their assets are currently at half price, 50% off. But it also means that one of their assets with a coupon code at checkout can be acquired for free. For free? Yes, for free. And do you know where else you can get free assets from? Every day of the week, pretty much. Yes, for free, Adam Sandler. Thank you. On my Discord server. So, Publisher of the Week is Galaxy Materials Skybox Update. So, let's have a look. So usually $22, half price because it's Publisher of the Week, all the assets are half price. But if you use the code that we saw on the previous screen of sign VFX 2025 at checkout, you get it for free. Yes, for free. Probably shouldn't try and do that high pitch because I'm sure I'll get clipped out by the mic. But look at this, isn't it beautiful? Huh? Unmute. Playing picture in picture. I don't want picture in picture. I want my picture right here. Just tried to click on the unmute. There we go. Okay. Bring it back. Play. Look. Isn't it pretty? I'm curious why it's called Galaxy Materials Skybox Update though. Great demonstration scene, right? I'm thinking this is HDRP to look that glorious. HDRP, URP, standard. I wonder if there's a demo of how it looks in built-in. Because obviously HDRP is the best quality, so they're going to show that one off. Usually when they support all three pipelines, they have a screenshot where it's split into three and then it shows you how it looks in all three, but maybe on this one, maybe not. Let's see. Let's keep looking through the media. Looks to be using the skybox or a skybox-like material to render the character. Yes, I do believe you are quite correct, Diaprism. So I'm guessing it was probably originally just called Galaxy Materials, and then they made it do something relating to the skybox. Hence Skybox Update. But it looks like it might actually come with skyboxes. Isn't it great when you can have DMCA safe playlists? I mean, it's just the music is just the best, right? We don't need no stinking song requests. Let's have a look at the releases. The original was April the 12th, 21. November 25th, 23. Added Fox Fix parameter used for orthographic camera setup. Added new skybox shader variant. Freebird. How many reviews we got? Oh, quite a few reviews. 18 reviews. Works good. As it works well, Dev clarified my issue. Mistakes were made on the email support. We all make mistakes. Cheers, but you only still give it 4 stars. Okay, so I guess it was a longer review, and then they did actually get an answer to their issue, or something got sorted out, and then they edited their review, and so it just looks like this now. Awesome! Amazing quality, 2 stars. 2 stars doesn't scream amazing to me. I can't use it because VR chat uses 2019 and I used it before you updated it on my avatar so nicely, and yet here I am without something amazing to show off. I was even directing people to your store, promoting sales for you because I love your hard work. See, this is what some people don't realize. I updated it because the minimum required version for Asset Store was raised. So Unity puts their own set of criteria onto assets. However, I didn't think that applied to updates. I thought that just applied to new assets. So like if you have a version that you loaded on the Asset Store a couple of years ago and you go to do a new version with the same version of Unity, I thought it didn't matter, but maybe it does.
That's a deep subject.
Oh, well, as in a well with water. Okay, I get it. Thanks, Bear. Oh, it's even in shader graph. I still have the older version. I can send it to you or tell you how to recompile it in Shadergraph. Oh, the squirrel's back. I'm just going to see what he does this time. He jumps up on the feeder. It'll trigger the video on Mrs. Gamey's phone, who's at work. She might have to use the alarm. So if you hear something going off in the background, don't freak out, okay? It's just an alarm on my porch going off. Here he is. He's up on the back of it, and he's crawling around. He's probably triggered it now. One of the things I thought was having this webcam, like it turns around now to show the clock, have it turn around to show the bird feeder. But I don't think it can turn far enough for that. So I think it would mean taking it from here, then moving it down here, then pointing at me. So you'd kind of see me at that kind of angle. And then I think it would still be able to turn around enough, just enough to see the clock, and then just enough the opposite way, possibly see the bird feeder. I'm not sure, but let me give him one more scare, and then I'll be back. All right, I'm just going to make myself a quick coffee. So grab your own beverages. Not Bear though, because Bear obviously already has his drink. And I will BRB.
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
All right, let me catch up with chat. What did I miss? Blah, blah, blah. Well played, Bot Gaming. Yep, well played with the jokes. Ice Bear, what coffee did you get? So my two coffees of choice at the moment that I'm working through are this Krispy Kreme Classic. GG's Hobbsbot webcam. Not really making it that clear. And these called Victor Allen's. Victor Allen's Donut Shop Blend. That's the two I have currently. Smikes, welcome in. How you doing? Happy Thursday. What you might not know about Smikes, other than him being a mod on Berlin's channel, which we've mentioned before, is Smikes actually streams now. I'm going to do an SO. I don't know if Smikes has any clips yet or if we're a bit early for that, but let's do a shout out anyway and see. We do! Possibly. Maybe. Hello? No? No? No clip? Oh, it's one lion here! What is going on? It's crazy. Everybody's turning up. I'm sure this is actually probably one of the best clips on Twitch, but it didn't want to show you because it wanted you to go and watch Smikes in person. So if you like coding streams and you like people that can explain things to you that would normally go zoom straight over to your head, then you can actually join both Smikes and 1-1 Line streams. Okay? I don't think we shouted out 1-1 Line yet, but we did talk about it. Talk about 1-1 Line stream earlier. I'm actually going to nerf that comment, and we will do a shout out for 1-1 Line. Clips would not be family friendly. C'est la vie.
You can't
Smikes.
drop the water. Watch me.
I do love that clip.
User name.
Everybody, go follow those two streamers if you're not already. Right now. That would be great. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Let's spread the love and let's see if we can encourage 1-1 Line to come back with 1 billion more followers and never say such nonsense as I might not stream anymore. But you know, I'm just joking, of course, because people's mental health has to come first, and you know, if you want to stream, stream. If you don't want to stream, don't stream. You got to do what makes you happy, right? So Smikes, we're trying to get to affiliate status. He already has enough followers. He's got like 597 followers or something already. He already has the watch hours, I believe. I think it's just like concurrent viewers now that we're working on. But even that might be done by now. Who knows? Alrighty. So where did I catch up to? I hope it finds you well. Always Dunkin' Donuts beans I throw in the grinder. Nice, nice.
Susie, this is the first test of my redemption since I moved it. And it seems to be working. Huzzah! It works!
Yeah, you can. Thank you. Yeah, so that particular redemption in particular, I had to move from this main scene into my redeems scene, because then the redeems scene is a nested scene in this scene, and all my redemptions get pulled in to this scene. One of the issues is in OBS, if you have too many sources in one scene, it can slow things down, and I think that's what was causing the issue with the new Sonic redemption that I'm working on. It worked fine if I just ran it in the redeem scene, and then as soon as I tried to run it in this scene, because it was created pretty much in this scene, it was causing issues. So we shall see. Whispers help, send help, and disappears. Now I'm just worried about 1-1 Line. He's supposed to be with family. Did he show up and they locked him in the basement? What is going on right now? 1-1 Line, if you need us, blink twice. Not sure how that's going to work. Anyway, What are we working on today? Well, that's a good question, Smokes, because I was saying earlier, I feel a little bit spacey, a little bit foggy today. So at some point, hopefully, we will get to Rescue Ball. I just have a couple of bullet points before then. We've talked about the new emotes. I don't think Susie was here when we had the new emotes show up. So let me, since, you know, I have unlimited points on my own channel, let me gigantify the new emotes again, just to show people, because as we all know, my fondness and love, that's sarcasm, for the Barbie movie, I just felt it necessary to have a Barbie bit with Margot Robbie. So that's for tier 1 subscribers. They can put bits everywhere in other people's chats and stuff. And the second one for tier 2 subscribers, you're like, well, I get, you know, it's nice that we have bit, but shouldn't there be something on the end of bit? Like, I don't know, another word? Maybe another word that would form the whole of your name, your Twitch stream name. So I thought, well, you make a good point. So for tier 2 subscribers, you actually get the second half, which is gamey with a Ken. So yeah, if you want Margot and Ryan, there we go. We now have emotes for that. So yeah, I was saying earlier, I kind of wanted gamey not to be rotated, but in order to have it big enough that it shows up when it's at its smallest of 28 points, which I'm still not happy with it. It might change at some point. I mean, when you put them both in chat, it doesn't look as good as I thought it was going to. But see, like you can barely see that it says gamey. So I feel like the bit might get used a bit more, as you know, like I said earlier, you can actually use it in sentences like a bit more. Oh, there it is. Contrast is good. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I mean, the pink was already created for me with the generator that I used, but the blue wasn't because it was on a transparent background. So I just kind of, I don't know, eyeballed it as far as the hex code goes, and I think I got somewhere close. Aren't they Barbie colours and font? Yes! I mean, hopefully. That's the idea. I have such a deep-rooted... hatred is a strong word, but I feel it's necessary. Of that movie, it's actually my #1 worst movie I've ever watched, and as you can tell, I've watched a lot of movies. So, yeah, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, a little bit of sarcasm. Ironically, I didn't even like the movie a bit, so yeah, there's that. I've not seen the movie. Well, hashtag blessed is what I would say to that, Smikes. Yeah, it is really... I know there are some people that like it. Some people like friend of the channel, Yogurt Garrel. I'll do a quick shout to Rooney. Napalm, happy Thursday, welcome in.
This is truly at one size fits head.
She did put it on her head, Berlin. Look.
Why do I feel like Rambo?
So Berlin sent something to Yogurt for her birthday.
All right, this is a look.
How can I put this?
I have to move my actual.
It was a furry accessory. It was something not supposed to be worn on the head, and something with a long tail. And Yogurt said she's definitely not putting it on her head, or not putting it any further down than her head, but she'll put it on her head before the end of stream. And it looks like she did, and somebody clipped it. So, but yeah, we don't very often disagree on things, me and Yogurt, but sometimes on films we do. And she did enjoy the Barbie movie. I mean, it's not her fault. She may have been under the influence of something, but yeah, Yogurt said she did enjoy the movie. Which is a shame. I mean, well, but she did it to herself, so what can I tell you? All right, let's fix the calendar. Let's put it back to the sensible iOS version rather than the Android version. Okay, so now that's fixed. Okay, why does that review make me want to watch it? So Bear, I think we've discussed this before on your stream, and you said that, you know, you kind of like a bit like cheesy, not very good movies. I mean, if you like really awful movies, which when you finish watching them, you think, you know what, I could have spent an hour and a half, 2 hours doing anything but watching that steaming dumpster fire, then yeah, absolutely, it might just be number one on your list, you know, if you're drawn to those things. But I mean, what do I know? It's probably one of the most successful movies ever, and they're talking about doing a sequel. So, you know, what do I know? See the little thing at the bottom of chat that says ad starts in 1 minute 20 seconds? You see that? That little notification there. So that's something that I added in a long time ago, and then I tested it, and then I forgot about it. So it was only when I was looking to clear some of the old sources out of OBS, and I thought, wait, what's this? And I thought, well, let me just enable it for this stream and let me see. And it does, in fact, show the identical countdown to the green incoming ad break that I see at the top of chat. So, Balint, does everybody see the green box, or is it just me? Or me and the mods? If everybody sees the green box, which I don't think they do because it has a dismiss and a snooze button, then it's pretty pointless having a countdown there in chat. No green. Thanks, Napalm. Yeah, so you're pretty much seeing the same counter there that I see at the top of chat. No. Okay. Alrighty. Sounds right up my alley. So, Bear, at some point you really should never watch it, but, you know, if you want to watch it, then... Wait, how do I get... How is... Wait, what? Balint is streaming. He's doing an IRL stream. What is going on right now? Is this in his weekly schedule that he pushed out? I'm not sure. Apologies, I have to lurk. That's okay. Go and do your modding stuff, Smikes. I didn't even realise that Balint was about to start streaming, so it was in the schedule. Okay, I know sometimes there are impromptu ones, but... Okay, so it is. Okay, so now it just looks like I streamed because Balint was going to stream at this time, but I didn't check it. I didn't know. It's leader and assistant. Oh, okay. All right. You only read for typos. Well, you can make so many, Balint, and you can make it so easy for me. Actually, I've got to say, the last few weeks, I don't know if Smikes has been doing it, but there hasn't been any problems, no issues with it at all. I'm just like, okay, all right then. There we go. So this counter seems to be working perfectly well. It says when ads were coming, it now says ads in progress. So even though it looks like, hey, why is that just stuck up there, and it has that particular font in particular, and it doesn't really look like it should be there, it's partially for testing. Now I know it works, I can do more with it. I wanted to make sure it worked first before I did anything. Okay. All right, so what we can do, it'd be rude of us not to at least go and say hi on the stream, right? In case we don't get to finish before things change. So what we can do here is I can go... you can't always get the sound on the IRL streams, so I just put in yabba dabba doo, okay? And there we go. And then we can just lurk. Okay, so Smikes asked earlier about what we'll be doing today. I am hoping at some point, if I get time, to jump into Unity and do some Rescue Ball. But I just wanted to run through a couple of other points first. So we had the free asset here, the Publisher of the Week sale on the Unity store. So that was the first thing I wanted to cover. And of course, everything that we cover to do with Unity can usually be found for free on my Discord server. So we will close that out. Next up, Ice Bear Bear one of Ice Bear's favourite portions of the stream. In fact, I don't think we shouted out Bear yet, did we? We need to get that fixed. I usually say, oh, I don't think we shouted out, and then sometimes people get to shout.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that too. That's a great art style. Cooking dinner, so look. All right, thank you, Susie. I don't know if we got you a custom lurk command yet, did we, Susie? If not, we need to fix that. But I'm not sure what's on the menu for John tonight, but hopefully I'm sure it's something quite delicious, right? Now, thank you, Ice Bear, for being a supporter of my channel. Salmon salad. Nice. Yeah, salmon salad. Bring it on. All right. So while Susie goes lurking, me and Bear and whoever else wants to see what's going on in the asset store today in the flash deals, we're going to take a look. Now, of course, the flash deals yesterday is the one day of the week where they do up to 98% off. And myself and Ice Bear managed to snag some of the best assets that were on cheap yesterday. Some of them, 2 or 3 of them, I think, were less than $1. So 98% off. So definitely got some good assets there. And let's duplicate this tab. Come back here. And then go back from there and back over here. And what we can do is we can have a quick look at the assets that I bought yesterday. I mean, it was like $300 of assets I got for less than $9. It's insane deals. You really have to try and justify to yourself why you wouldn't buy them rather than why you should. All right, Ice Bear's ready. Okay, so like I say, the best deals up to 98% were yesterday. Today we have up to 70% off, which is still good. Still great, in fact, 70% off of something. So like $59.99 usually, $17.97. Character editor, 4D mega pack. I guess if you have a game where you can customize your character, might be a great thing to get. I don't really do 2D. I probably wouldn't really have a need for this, but it looks quite comprehensive. Looks like there's a lot of options in there, and it also gives you, by the look of it, the characters as well. So it's not just the functionality to put your own characters in, which I assume you can do. It does give you a lot of existing characters to play with. Change colors, you can change accessories. Animations, nice, yeah. Less than $18, you can snag that. Is there a pack you're really hoping goes on sale? Ooh, yes. Well, actually, no. Other than Cinti Kids, yeah. So Cinti Kids I've mentioned before. I'm hoping that's going to appear in a Humble Bundle fairly soon. I don't think there is one yet. We'll just check. Probably should check each day, but you know, all the Humble Bundles that come out get announced on my Discord server, so looks like a very good pack, honestly. How's you today? Darren, how are you? Welcome on in. The pack you're saying looks like a very good pack is the character editor we were just looking at. Is that the one? That does look pretty good for the low price of $18. And if anybody's in chat that has their own presence, sells their own assets on the store, let me know. We can take a look. All right, so Humble Bundles, currently in software. I'm really holding out for the next Cinti Studios one, but there's not one right now. Thing is with bundles as well, Humble Bundles just likes to keep a fairly limited amount bundles of each category. So chances are, like this one is ending, well, in 44 minutes. The others have 4 days left, 4 days. So it's 3 with 4 days left. So in 4 days' time, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these will have disappeared. So my guess is, I'd said that in the next few weeks, I think Cinti might release another Humble Bundle. I'm going to go one step further. And I'm going to say the week after next. All right, so let's see if that prediction comes true. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it does look a pretty good pack. Okay, so nothing there at the moment. So in answer to your question, Ben, there's not really anything I'm waiting on. I do add some packs to my favorites lists on the asset store, but it's broken. I think I've demonstrated before just how broken. So when you get any notifications, it's notifications in the loosest sense of the word, as in we're not going to send you a text message, we're not going to send you an email, we're not even really going to tell you when you visit the asset store, other than, look, there's a little red dot at the top corner of your avatar. So you've got to come in here, look up at that and go, oh, there's notifications. And then you press it, and then you click on notifications. And then you think, well, all the notifications will appear. No. Well, maybe not on the first page then. Maybe all the notifications will appear, but you have to skip through the different pages and page through? No. Surely the asset store isn't that primitive that it can only show like a dozen notifications and then the other ones are just lost. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. So I had a whole bunch of notifications. Okay. Why are the people outside my house and then standing there looking at my house? I don't feel like they're going to come and knock on my door in a minute and the dogs will go bananas. Here we go. They're heading towards my porch. See if they see my no soliciting sign. Please don't press the doorbell because the dogs will go bananas. Let's wait for it. Let's see. I don't know if we can turn the camera around enough to see them, but let's have a look. Well, maybe if I pull this back a bit, maybe no. There go the dog. And here is Firefighter Gamey, who apparently knew they were coming, so. Okay. I'll let Firefighter Gamey. Someone here to kill us all again. Alert. Yeah, right? Right. Okay, barking dogs outside. Yes, so the amazing Unity notification system. If you have any more than, let's see how many we can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, 15. Okay. Thank you, Bear. So it shows you 15. Now, if anybody knows a way to get to any of the others beyond the first 15, I'd love to hear it. All I can do is mark all as read. So I can actually read the first 15. And I can mark all, I mean, it's usually anything up to like 50 notifications I have. Just can't see them. So, yeah, GG Unity. It's a brilliant use of screen space right there. Screen space. What did I miss, Bear? Brilliant use of screen space. So yeah, other than the first 15, then notifications pop up. Oh right, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they probably couldn't make it any smaller if they tried. Now let me scroll down and then let me click on other stuff. But all I can do is mark all as read. So it tells you when assets are on sale on your favorites lists. It tells you when there's any updates to assets that you own. You know, when you own over 4,000 assets, they get updated quite a lot, so I do get a lot of notifications. But I should be able to view them all, right? Even if you're not going to email me and tell me I have notifications, even if all you're going to do is put a little red dot at the top to signify there isn't a notification, let me see them. Okay, so what did I buy? Let's not look at what I bought yet. Let's see what's available today. So we have the character editor, Fantastic City Pack. Again, about $60 down to about $18. Yeah, see, I think I've said this before, matching, if you're not designing your own assets, then matching asset styles, asset packs on the store can be challenging. And while I love this style, I can't even think what sort of characters you would put in here that would look like they're all part of the same pack. But also looking at these objects, it looks like that first scene is heavily post-processed. Yeah. You see, I get they want to add post-processing to make it look better, but also if I just looked at that first screen and I'd be like, yeah, it doesn't match the art style of my game. Without post-processing, this would fit most games. So, yeah. They may have almost shot themselves in the foot by doing that. See, look, this is all post-processed. That's not how it would look if you just threw it into a Unity scene. Anyway, I won't be getting that one either. Dither Retro Pixelated Pattern Effect. Usually $15, 70% off, $4.50. Retro patterning? Is that supposed to say patterning? Retro patterning image stylization effect. So this style here reminds me of, is it Obra Dinn, the video game that has a style similar to that? 1 bit, high contrast, 2 colors dotted. So yeah, a lot of different dithering effects if you need that for your game. I personally don't see that I would use that in any of my projects. Not going to get that one. Cartoon GUI pack I already own. Better Lit Shader 2021. So we have a year in the title, which is 4 years ago. I'm thinking that Jason Booth, who is well known and respected game dev and asset creator, may have replaced this already, and it might be like when people bought Crest 4 when Crest 5 is out. But $60 down to $18. So think when it's something like this, where it says, oh, this is even better than what you can do natively in Unity, I think I like to see a split screen and say, this is how it looks in Unity. Normally, this is how it looks with my asset. 84.9 Fahrenheit. I need to check, because it says partly cloudy. I need to check if partly cloudy should show the orange like that, or if it should in fact show the grey panel. Let's have a look. So in the code that we created, okay, execute code. Where does it even change? Oh, here we go. Okay, so if it contains sun or clear, it should show the orange panel. Otherwise, if it shows rain, overcast, or thunder, it shows grey. I think we need to add cloudy to that as well, don't we? So do we think when it's cloudy it should be orange for the sun, or do we think when it's cloudy it should be grey? I guess that's fine, just leave it as it is. If it's cloudy, it's usually quite sunny still, isn't it? Alright, never mind. Moving on. I want to check the code was working as it should, and it is. Okay, so a better lit shader, quick whiz through, if it shows us no procedural damage with procedural damage. Okay. Do we have HDRP lit with procedural stains? Okay. Alright, so it looks like it's just adding more functionality rather than trying to improve on something that's already there. $18 for that one. 2D RPG top-down tile sets. Like I said, I don't really do much in 2D, but if you're looking to create a 2D game in this style and you just wanted to throw these into your game, oh, I do like these characters. They look pretty good. Then $50 down to $15. Nice, good deal. Pixel Perfect Fog of War. You don't really need any Fog of War for my game, but now I know that Irish John Games, let's do a shout out for Jern. He had 2 assets on the store, and one of them got deprecated, or he deprecated one of them. I don't want to speak out of turn and say
your partner app. Yes, we've
which one he deprecated. So let's see.
Notifications. You're kidding. Hang on a minute. Wait, hang on. Where is it supposed to be? Guys!
Would you like to do another? Yes.
Wait, are you saying that we made partner amends?
Oh my goodness. How do we find Irish John's? I think it was Fog Yeah that he deprecated. I think his Help Me Play should still be. Here we go. Oh, Irish John, not Irish John Games. So he used to have 2 assets. One of them was a Fog of War called Fog Yeah. Then I think he deprecated, so I'm just going to refer you to his particular asset in particular, but now he just has this one particular asset in particular, which I can recommend for fast object placement. So the way this works is you basically create a group, you throw all your prefabs that you need to add into the scene into a group, and then it has lots of fancy pants ways of placing them quickly in the scene. Even if it's like objects with rigid bodies and you need to put them on a slope or anything. So I would definitely take a look, even if you don't ultimately end up buying it, at Help Me Place. That one right there. Yeah, I've used it in a couple of projects. I haven't really used it in earnest, as they say. I haven't really given it a stress test. But there's a couple of projects that I have in mind that are coming up that I may use it for. Right, just a bullet point added in there after we've looked at the things. All right, close that out. Over here. Okay, no, that's the ones we're going to look at when we're done. All right, so pixel perfect fog of war. If you need a fog of war, basically fog of war is like when you're playing a game and other parts of the scene are not visible until you move over to them. I think that's pretty much high level explanation. 16-bit collection. So what is it a collection of? Is this audio or hundreds of sprites and environments? Okay. Animated sprites and atmospheric environments. You know what? If I was going to jump into the world of 2D, which I would like to do at some point, as you know, I grew up with like 2D arcade games, things like Rolling Thunder and Double Dragon, games like that. So if I was going to do that, I'm no good at art. Can't like get GIMP or Critter or Sprite and go ahead and just like create my own stuff. I just don't have the artistic ability for that. So a pack like this would be what I would need. Yeah, this seems like a very good pack. Is it a $150 pack? I don't know. I feel like if it was worth $150, it might be more than just 5 pages of media for it. But at $44, can't beat that with a stick. And also on my Discord server. Wait, you didn't know I had a Discord server? On my Discord server, I often post discount coupons. There's a 25% discount coupon at the moment. So if you wanted to get this and you haven't used that coupon 5 times already on purchases, you could even get 25% off this price for free. That's right. So that's a 16-bit collection. So let me just view full details on this one. This is the asset that Bear said you might buy while it's on sale. So just to save him having to look it up, there we go. There's a link there so you can jump straight into the asset store. And for $9, you too get yourself that pack. Okay. What I was thinking, in fact, Bear, I'll let you look at that asset first, and I want to talk to you about jukeboxes. So when you finish looking at that asset, come back and remind me about jukeboxes. All right, so the next one we have is from Hippo, who has quite a lot of assets on the store. Some great assets. This particular one, wait. So Hippo has 2 character editors. I thought I'd seen a character editor a minute ago. The first one we looked at was a character editor 4D. This is character editor Mega Pack. So the first one is $60 down to $18. This one is $50 down to $15. I'm not really sure, and I'm not going to do a deep dive today, but I'm not really sure what the difference is between these two. So what I would suggest is maybe if you're looking for a character editor, look at both of them and find out which one suits your needs. Simple bicycle physics. Okay, I think we've finished all of the flash deals for today because Simple Bicycle Physics was in yesterday's sale, and I believe it was $1 in yesterday's sale. It was 98% off. So it's changed now. So this next 24 hours it drops to 60%, and then the rest of the sale it will be down to 50%. I already own this, as you can see, so I was a bit sad at 98% off as it was one I already owned. So that was a shame. But Saramo, how are you? Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a good one. Done looking, ready to talk jukebox. Okay, so when I was on your stream, Bear, you talked about having some possible jukebox something on your stream. And I thought about possibly having a jukebox something. I didn't want us to overlap. I didn't want to seem like I was doing something that you were going to be doing. So do you have any more details on what you were thinking of about jukebox? Because obviously I don't have the song request command anymore after I got Twitch spanked. So all I'm left with is good boy playlists, DMCA safe, DMCA free, anything that's not going to get me in trouble. So what I'm thinking is, whereas before I had the Be the DJ redemption, which with hindsight maybe an hour was too long, but it did allow viewers to choose pretty much their own playlists or give me a genre or something like that, and then for the next hour they pretty much had the decks. What I'm thinking now, I am limited to what I can actually play, is not to subject people to 5 hours of lo-fi music if they don't really like lo-fi music. So I want something in place where somebody can choose what they want. So early days, what I was thinking was either have like a spinning wheel where you can do a redemption and then it spins a wheel and then it just lands on something. So it's like a random change of the playlist. So, okay, now we're on lo-fi, but you know, maybe drum and bass, maybe country, maybe something else, and then a list of options. Or maybe have some kind of jukebox animation, you know, where the old jukeboxes that had something come out an arm and picked up the record and then put it down, and then you see it playing, maybe something like that, which would be more suited to your stream where it's specific songs, probably less suited to mine where it's going to have something like a DMCA safe playlist. So I'm just kind of thinking aloud and thinking, let me check in with Bear and see what they had in mind. That's my earworm command, but grabs one from a top 100 list I made, and I may add a pixel jukebox for the Kirby's when it's used. Okay, so I don't think there's really going to be any overlap there other than a jukebox. Mr. Squirrel's back again. Give me a moment. Okay, the squirrel had gone. Well, he has gone now. Chased him off, and probably saw me struggling with 3 packages there that were left on the porch. So, all right, now I like your idea. Yeah, I think, like I say, had I thought of it sooner, it might have been a better option to have it with the song request, because then maybe, you know, along with the animation of putting the record on, you could have like the artist and the song title projected onto it. But now, I don't know. I think what I'll probably do first is look for... It doesn't even really need to be green screen, does it? Well, I guess it does, because you don't want a video to take up the whole screen. A green screen of jukebox animation. Let me just open a new tab. Green screen jukebox. Okay, we'll have a quick look at this. If I am going to implement it, then it'll probably be pushed to Saturday, Sandbox Saturday. But yeah, I'll leave that open to remind me. Oh, there's Balint's stream. Searching for late Cretaceous fossils. Nice. Okay, so as we can see, I have been buying assets. I already own some assets that are in the sales, so that's why these say purchase, 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 purchase. Construction pack I've had for a while. I think I got that in a bundle. By the way, you can overlap anything I add all you want. You inspire most of what's there, right? Oh, thanks, Bear. Yeah, but I mean, what I tried to do is I tried to make content here as unique as possible, with the exception of the drop game. Just because, you know, I prefer when someone comes here and they go, "Oh wow, look at this redemption! It's Donkey Kong squashing his head, or it's Mario punching him in the face, or using fireballs, or something that I've personally created, albeit with assets, for want of a better word." From other places, rather than somebody come here and go, "Oh look, there's a jukebox. I remember I saw that on Ice Bear Bear stream." So while it wouldn't be a bad thing, I just don't really want it to be a thing. I want it to be as unique as possible. You know, if I go to somebody else's stream and I see something and I think, "Oh yeah, I bet I could do this from that," then, you know, if I can build on something or I get inspired by something, that's different. But I really try to avoid any overlap if at all possible, which is why I said before, when One Lion said about possibly not streaming anymore, I love his archery game that he created on his stream that you activate with the archery command. So I said that if he stops streaming and doesn't stream anymore, I'd like to have an archery game on here. It won't be the same, probably won't be as good. I'd like it as a hat tip to when he used to stream, and I used to enjoy it on his stream. So that's kind of the only time really that I would want any overlap, if that makes sense. Okay, so I've run through all of the sales for today, the flash deals. And of course, don't forget, there's also a lot of hundreds of other assets that are 50% off as well. So if you click the on sale checkbox, that will pull those in. I think it's easy sometimes to be distracted by the big shiny object, which is flash deals, and then forget about other assets that are 50% off. So if we take off flash deals and look at the ones on sale, I mean, plenty of assets. 50% off is still a great price. I don't imagine many people are buying this asset here even at 50% off, because this was in Wednesday last week's flash deals and it was less than $1. I think it was like 30 cents or something. Yeah. So what about if we put all the ones that are on sale and sort it by price? Let's see how cheap they start. So yeah, assets starting as low as $2.50 for a 2D pixel RPG monster. Huh. All these characters for $2.49. So this is the sort of thing I'll be looking for if I was venturing into 2D games. Assuming they're animated and not just static. Don't think there's anything else I need, even at the 2% off at the moment. Sci-fi portal and machines. It's quite nice. It's very nice. And it's signed VFX, which is the publisher of the week, which is why it's half price. Again, this is, I'm pretty sure this is HDRP quality. Well, it doesn't look quite the same when it's not post-processed or in HDRP. But yeah, nice little portal asset. Easy Roads 3D Pro add-on. I think I have the original Easy Roads 3D. I think I tried it once in a project. Dotween Pro, I can heartily recommend that. If there was one asset you had to buy on the store today in the 50% off sale, I would say buy Dotween Pro at $7.50. I use it pretty much in every project. Such a time saving from using that. Okay. So we'll close that out. And yeah, so what did I buy recently? This Universal Vehicle Controller, Polyquest Heroes, Master Stylized FX, Modular Space Fighter. These are all 90% plus in yesterday's sale. 3D roguelike RPG, Mutant Monster. Oh yeah, so did you see this, Bear? You might not even be interested in this. Now you have a shader already that you use for your zombies. A grayscale UI shader. I was thinking of your zombies when I saw this, where they turn grey when they die. I mean, you have a shade already. You probably don't even need it, but it is free, so I would add it to my collection. These pipes, they went free recently. I mean, I can give you the link if it's easier. Do 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 do. There it is. Okay, so I'll close that out, and we'll close that out, and we'll have a. Let's see. We did the publisher sale, did the flash deals. Might be doing another game jam. We'll talk about that in a minute. You're welcome. All right, so green screen jukebox. We go here and jump into the YouTubes, and then we search in YouTube for it. Free jukebooks. That the less common spelling where there's two O's before the X. Free jukebooks, green screen, animated. I mean, I would argue whether that's animated. Doesn't really strike me as animated. Just changing some lighting on it. Green screen jukebox robot. Not really. Yeah, not really what I was looking for. Music on screen, green screen notes, green screen music. That might be usable. See, I say it might be usable, but we've got all that white around the edge, which I wouldn't want. Music waves. Minecraft parrots dancing to jukebox green screen. Okay. Yeah, so we might just have an issue here. See, I wouldn't mind if it was a cassette player or a boombox, where you could have like the tape come on with the name on it and then drop into it and then do the sound effects. Minecraft jukebox. It's a jukebox. Alright. Animated music notes. Haven't dabbled with URP much yet. Yeah, I'm dabbling with URP for the split screen shader. It's yeah, it's interesting. Spinning notes, no. I mean, I like the effect of this one. It's just not fast enough, is it? When you put a 45 on, really. But I guess it would need to be an LP, wouldn't it? It would need to be a 45 if someone's requesting a playlist. If they're requesting individual songs, then it would be a 33. But animated butterfly. Not really though, is it? It's just rotating it. It's not really animating it. If I wanted an animated butterfly, I would want the wings to flap. Door animation. Sure how that Well, that's a jukebox, but how to replace a green screen background. After Effects. Yeah, so I think the challenge is going to be actually finding a jukebox that has green screen animation. Why don't we just have jukebox animation? New jukeboxes, jukebox 3D. See, I was thinking this kind of thing, this kind of animation, but you can't see. I think what I'm looking for is probably a bit too custom. Because what I want is for it to put the record down like that, then maybe the camera to pan down onto it. So you can see the song, maybe. Maybe it was just a terrible, terrible idea. You know, the ideas I have, not necessarily going to be good ones. Let's have a look at Bear's suggestion. Green screen record player. Yeah, so there's that one again. See, if I was going to use this one, I would want to speed this up at least 2 times. To me, when you put a record on a record player, it doesn't go this slow. Even at twice the speed, I still don't think that's fast enough. Right, the dogs are scratching at the back door. I'm not going to go to BRB. I'll just mute the mic, but I will be back and look at the better ones. I see you sneaking in there, Marcus, when I wasn't looking. How you doing? Happy Thursday to you. Hope you've had a good Thursday. I bet it's the evening time-ish for you about now. Get a shout out for the mighty half of Scuffed Game Dev. Scuffed Game Dev? Why does that sound familiar, you might say? Well, do you remember Clayman? Clayman Dev comes in sometimes. Do you remember Clayman's game, Chat Ragdoll Racing? Well, that's on the Steam store under the Scuffed Game Dev moniker, half of which is Clayman Dev and half of which is Black Mage UK, who designed the levels. So, still in Poland till Saturday. I hope it's going well. I hope it's not as hot.
Masturbation. Ah, ha, ha.
I did not see that coming. That's what she said. Thanks for that clip. That was an old clip, wasn't it? I remember that. I remember when you were doing that medieval stuff. If you're not already following Black Mage, he is level design king. So if you want to watch how levels should be designed, then go over there and drop him a follow. Because I mean, I can't think of anybody better to design the levels for Chat Ragdoll Racing. You see what this man can do with Unity, you will flip your lid. Clayman 100% is the driving force behind everything we do. Yeah, but driving force, somebody has to be in the driver's seat, but that doesn't mean your contribution is any less valued as, I'm not even going to say a passenger. I'm going to say co-driver, like when they do the rally racing, they have drivers and co-drivers. I think that's where we're going with this. But I actually did a shout out for Clayman last stream and forgot the underscore. So I don't know who. I don't even think there is a Clayman dev without the underscore because it didn't come back and say there are any clips, or I just don't think it was a valid person. But in the meantime, you see, we have a Clay command and we have a chat ragdoll racing.
Is that actually just part of the video? Oh, he's gonna go and check it and he's gonna explode into his face, isn't it?
I was hoping it was this clip too.
Dude, you are so fucking stupid.
I'm impressed by how quick Clayman stopped it. It's almost like he half expected it might be a Rickroll. But yeah. I don't know if you have this brand in England, Marcus. Maybe in Poland, I don't know, but Zaps. So I've tried them before. They seem to have them quite often in Dollar Tree here. But I got these from the gas station today. And they're New Orleans kettle style Voodoo Heat. Voodoo Heat. I have a big Diet Coke here, okay, just in case the heat needs putting out with a fire extinguisher. But I thought I'd give them a try today. Let's have a look. Voodoo Heat, New Orleans kettle style. My hair might end up looking like that, to be honest, once I try them. Why is there so much air? Smash a handful in, right? Why is there always so much air though? Look, that's the size of the bag. That's how much is in them. All of this, 2/3 of the bag is air. Such a rip-off. Marcus! Indeed it is. Berlin, have you had the pleasure of Zapp's potato chips before? No? I'm going to give these a try, Voodoo Heat. So as far as spicy stuff goes, I don't mind like a little bit. I'll have like jalapenos in something, that's fine. I don't want anything that's going to blow my head off, like a really strong pepper or something. But I don't mind a bit of spice. But I don't know how spicy these are. Spicy meatballs. So I'm going to try one, and if the stream suddenly goes dark, it didn't end well. Not bad. A little bit of a kick to it. Oh, welcome in, Baby Shark. How you doing, Dukasoft? These have a little bit of a kick to it, and then it kicks like a mule after a while. So it's almost like the aftertaste that gets you, but they're not bad. Dukasoft, we have some new emotes. I'm going to gigantify just for you. Okay. So gigantify an emote. Here is the first new emote for tier 1 subscribers. Bit, and then there's a bit of Margot Robbie on there. See, you know it already. You got it. And then the follow-up, the other half, if you will, to that is one that I like to call N. There we go. Okay, so we have Bit and we have Gamey. And just to annoy Belint, I've split it across tier 1 and tier 2. And when I showed him on his stream last night, he's like, "No, you got to make them both tier 1. I don't want to have to upgrade my sub just to get the other half." So I'm like, "Well, it's your call." Next stream is Sunday when I'm back from vacation. Excellent. Well, look, if we click on Marcus. Okay. And then, hang on a minute. These are a bit strong. What you need to do is you need to follow Marcus, not unfollow like it says there. It says unfollow because I'm already following. What we need to do is click on the heart to follow, and then by default, notifications will be enabled. Don't turn notifications off. That means they're turned on, okay? So if you have both of these icons like this on Marcus's page, it'll be good to go, and you'll get a notification either by email and or the Twitch app when he goes live. So do the thing, do the follow, and then you two can have some game level design shenanigans. Possibly on Sunday when he is back from his trip to Poland. T2? Yes, T2. I don't think we shouted crabs out today, did we? I don't remember seeing any Mighty Poo or Balint's logo in his game, so let's fix that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're here every night. And good night.
There we go. Cam Crabs, another great game designer. Also on the Steam store. There we go. There's the stuffs. Sorry, why are you sorry? The only thing you should be sorry about, Marcus, is not streaming more often, because we need to see your handsome face on Twitch. There's been about 29 to 30. That's terrible. What is it here right now? Let's have a look. 29.4 at the moment. But, you know, we also have AC here, which you don't have. Think about streaming every day and just don't. Air conditioning. Why don't you stream, Captain Crabs? Because I miss seeing you on stream. Yeah, I get the notifications. I'm not always at my desk so I can jump on the streams, but I always get a happy feeling when I see Captain Crabs is streaming. It's not winter yet, but you know what? It's not many days until Christmas. Not many sleeps till Santa. My spare bear. '84, yeah. See, the 80s are tolerable. When it gets into the 90s, that's when I just want to kind of shut down and not go out. Is that some kind of ice magic? It is some kind of ice magic, yes. Air conditioning is some kind of ice magic. I mean, if your pipes start icing up, even when it's like 90 degrees outside, that's a problem. That usually means you might have a refrigerant leak in your AC system, which I've learned. Honestly, I don't know what to stream. I'll sit there for like 20 minutes trying to decide. Place I just interviewed for is in Austin. Ah, all right. Well, let me know when I should put the kettle on, Captain Crabs, and we can have a brew. I'm happy to keep count for you. And in case anybody missed it earlier, we'll actually toss a freebie in there just so everybody's aware how many sleeps till Santa.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Well, the job is remote mostly, so no need to move. However, I might visit. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of tech companies in Austin. Yeah, a tech hub down there. I know when I left my last job and before I got the job I'm doing now, I was looking down there. I mean, they got Facebook, they got Apple, they got a lot of the main players. Tesla is down there if you feel like looking for Musk. Why do my fingers not work today? Here we go. I should stop eating these on stream. They are quite spicy. Not to be confused with spicy pugwash, because it's actually sparky pugwash. Just a heads up. Got some guinea pig food. I mean, I know prices are going up at Tesco and Sainsbury's, Sparky, but I'd really like it if you could eat like human food. I know guinea pig food's cheaper, but I sure want to visit Texland. Well, Marcus, you know my door is always open. If you do ever visit Texland, and Texland is huge, by the way, so if you are visiting, let me know beforehand, and we can talk about where you visit and if it's in close enough proximity for you to swing by for a cuppa. My guinea pigs would eat my food if they could, and their own too. Now, is it guinea pigs, or is it hamsters, or is it gerbils, or is it all of the above that do the popcorning? Guinea pigs, okay. So we had guinea pigs, and they did do the popcorning. But why do they always do it at night? That was the annoying thing, because the cage was in Minigamey's bedroom. And they bounce around and like kick out their back legs. And yeah, kind of kick all their stuff out of the cage. So even if you have a cage that has like a solid wall on the bottom few inches, still manage to kick stuff and make a mess everywhere. So it's not great. Oh yeah, popcorning. I'm not sure if you can use the define command for that. Define popcorning. I guess not. Alright, just give me a moment. Message from Mrs. Gamey. Okay. I'm BBQ barbecue. Oh, there you go. I mean, you know, if you're ever curious, you're like, wait, what do the three letters BBQ mean? Now you know. See? My calendar is broken. I think the calendar seems perfectly fine. It's displaying the correct date, and it's displaying it as an image from, I don't know, the best devices. So how is it broken? I was actually checking to see if it was on cooldown. There we go. Thank you, Dugsoft. You know, usually when I finish stream and I look at that, I need to make it automatically change it. But at the moment, usually when I finish stream and then I go to start the next stream and I'm like, oh, dang it, it's still on Android. I have to go in and do it and change it back. So I might have it where, I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it and then it's just up to people. If they want to change it, they can change it. yeah, I think that's the best option. But there do seem to be more people who want to change it to Android than change it to iOS, so maybe it'll just stay like this indefinitely. Maybe. Possibly. Alright, so the reason we're looking at green screen spinning records, if you weren't here earlier, is that now I got Twitch spanked and I don't have the SR song request command anymore. We are limited to being good and behaving and just playing DMCA safe music, which as you can hear is a real delight. So what I was thinking was having a redemption where people can change at least the playlist genre. So if you don't particularly like lo-fi, you can change it to maybe country, maybe pop, maybe K-pop. I'm sure there's probably DMCA safe playlists for all of those things out there. I just need to find them. So I was thinking maybe a redemption. Calendar is fine. See, I feel like a lone voice in the wild sometimes going, oh, Apple, Apple, and then it comes back, Android. Hello, Porky. I think if you have the big light on, then the guinea pigs will stay awake, but when the big light is out, the guinea pigs sleep. Ah, interesting. That wasn't my experience. I mean, we usually have all the lights off at night, and yeah, we don't have them anymore, but it was actually quite annoying. I think we ended up giving them away in the end. We rehomed them, as they say. So at the moment, we have one kitty and 2 doggos, and yeah, no, as I tell the kids, no more animals. That's it. We're done. Okay, we're done. Okay, so record players. Let's have a look, see if we've got better ones. See, that's okay, but it's going to be too small to be able to read what's on the record, and I don't know if you blow it up if we're going to get any pixelation. So we are having no more after these. My heart can't take the lot. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's why we recently went from 3 doggos to 2 doggos. But I think we pretty much run the gamut of pets, to be honest, apart from like weird way out stuff like llamas and alpacas and weird things like that. But we've had hermit crabs, we've done the fish thing, guinea pigs, hamsters. We haven't done birds. We haven't like had a budgerigar or canary or anything like that. Thank you, Sparky. Yeah, but I think we've pretty much had, when you go to a pet store, I think we're pretty much had most of what you find in a pet store. And you know, everything that we get as far as cats and dogs are rescues, so we do our bit. We're not those people that will go to a local puppy mill and spend hundreds on some pure breed. I can't actually talk anymore until I just do this. Okay, that makes me happy now. Now I've done that. Shark Geek, how are you? Welcome on in. Good to see you. I think we did a shout out for you earlier. I think we were talking about sharks or something. Milo, you might want to get up. Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Because he's going to get squished as Firefighter Gamey comes in. Yeah, let's get another shout out for Shark Geek anyway, because you know it's my stream. Happy Shark Week to you too. Thank you, thank you.
There's more to it. So what Chris just explained to us is that the commercial long-lining fish
Captain Crabs
in South Africa specifically targets cow sharks or 7-gill sharks, broad-nosed 7-gills, which is a significant food source for the same great whites that are hunting the seals at Seal Island.
It doesn't seem like a very good interview, does he? He seems very stationary.
Some of the great whites feed more so on the sharks.
Maybe he's just listening intently to what Shark Geek is saying. At least it's not feet anymore. I mean, if you want a spank command in Balint stream, then you need to let him know. Feet. That reminds me when we get a shout out sometimes for Fresh Meat and we get his feet clip. It's funny. Okay, so let's see what quality we have on this one. So it does have a 1080p version. We might be able to max it without... Yeah, I just don't think we can see enough. And also it's just the thing spinning around. I really wanted the animation of like the record being placed on the record player, possibly. Maybe. But I'll definitely leave that tab open. That gives me some inspiration. Thank you for that, Bear. I'll leave those 2 tabs open. And then these tabs we were looking at. If you remember on the previous stream, we were looking at making a sign. Which logo sign with L wire. So this seems to be my favorite so far because it comes with a USB connection. And also it has this black block here, which I'm guessing is either a step up or step down as far as the power goes. What I looked at originally was something like this, which was just a standard connector from the L wire into the USB port. Is that how it goes, Balint? Oh, I used to have that wire running around my car. I thought I was so cool. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely... I mean, we can see 16-foot car interior. I mean, one of the pictures. There we go, look. That's a picture of how Captain Crab's car used to look. It's true. This is true, this is fact. But yeah, I'm thinking for $11.38 to actually get the correct USB, they call it plugs, USB drive, but to get the correct USB connector, I think that might be the way to go. Which screen did I have it on before? It wasn't this one, was it? But yeah, the fact that they can actually provide the USB plug for it. But also different sizes, different prices. So we've got 1 meter wire, is $11.38. Well, 1 meter is $11.38. 2 meters, still $11.38. Okay. 5 meters. Oh, 5 meters changes the price. 3 meters, $11.38. Did 5 meters change the price? What's going on right now? Okay, so the only one that goes up in price is 5 meters. I don't know why you would choose anything less than 3 meters if anything 3 meters or less is the same price. That feeling when you realise you messed up a namespace used everywhere. Oh no! No! I feel like a Visual Studio find and replace might be in order. As long as the mistake, the typo, didn't spell out something inappropriate, you might be okay, Napalm. Or maybe just embrace the mistake and just say, okay, well, the namespace is now called this. The namespace is called Napalm Cadoes instead of codes. Just lean into it. I mean, I lent into my deep-rooted dislike for the Barbie movie with my new emotes, so sometimes you just have to lean in. The issue is using the alias to fix things when I wasn't planning. Oh. Okay. Well, pretty sharp at Rider House, but it doesn't get you completely there. Well, it sounds like you're going to be busy for the next little few minutes, hopefully not hours, sorting out that faux pas, as they say. So yeah, I'm thinking 1138 gets me 3 meters of purple, which should allow me to mount this wire, attach it to a perspex square, where I'm going to get a perspex square from, but I'll find one, and then kind of glue it on to the perspex square after I've drawn the outline of the Twitch logo, which is that kind of speech bubble with a couple of eyes in it. I'm just not sure yet about the eyes. Might have to think about that. Lynn has orange cat behavior on his YouTube. Looks fun. I wouldn't know anything about orange cat behavior, Sparky. Oh wait, there's Cheeto. Maybe I would. Is that his short for the day? Is that what's going to be referenced in his prediction tonight? To watch his daily shorts. He said you did on his video. Wait, what? No, he's not mentioning me or Cheeto on his video, surely. I mean, he is a besto friendo, so, you know, I might have to draw his attention to the small print in the besto friendo contract if he hadn't made such reference. Alright, so I don't think we're going to get a jukebox animation that I wanted. Insert coin in slot. Make your selection. Yeah, this is not really... not really the animation I was hoping for, but it's a nice animation nonetheless. I used a photo of Cheeto on the video. Wait, what? What are you doing? I mean, it was in the contract, but... My 2 cats were orange, so funny they were. Miss them, we do. I'm sorry, Dukesoft. Very cool. Well, now I feel like we need to look at it. I need to look up Berlin shorts. Wait. Alright, we're going to end on this today. Is it a short or is it a video? Because new sea slug glows when it's scared doesn't really shout out orange cat behavior. Here we go, orange cat genetics. Well, we're probably not going to watch all 16 minutes.
So, do y'all know that there is a phenomena of orange cat behavior? I have heard our friend Big Gaming tell me about this because he has an orange kitty cat. And so,
it's me.
When I heard this phrase, orange cat behavior, I thought Big Gaming was just pulling my limb, and I didn't know that it was a real thing. A lot of these really interesting behaviors that are...
Okay, so I'm going to watch that later, even though I did actually watch it when it was being streamed. I'm going to watch that later, and I would encourage you to do so, too, to help Berlin with his partner poosh. Okay, not partner poosh. His level 4 poosh. Alright, so let me just go ahead and grab the link-a-rooney real quick so that you can all go and start watching all the stuffs. He has daily shorts. He has lots of videos, lots of science content, and is a best bean, all-round best human. So definitely drop him a watch, subscribe to the channel, and do all the good things. As you can see here, I am subscribed, and I am logged in as my Big Gamey account. So yeah. Yeah, look, it's showing me all these videos. These are probably all videos that I've watched. Look, that one shows the red line all the way through it. The talk with Katy Perry. Oh, wait, sorry. That's on Nerduino's channel because she's an astronaut, right? Katie Rice. That's the talk with. But when you look through Berlin's videos, you will see... Well... That's not the best way of showing you, is it? Videos. You will see like the red line going all the way across on a lot of them because I have watched a lot of them. Look, Look at all these all these red lines. And I don't know why that only shows a partial line on the Meg, because I did watch all 20 minutes of that that Lita created. It was very interesting. Look, all these red lines going all the way across. So I just watch all the stuffs, and I encourage you to too. You too. Yes, two. Okay, all right. On that note, I'm going to call it for an early one today. I know it's been a bit of an all over the place kind of week, really. So I streamed on Monday, couldn't stream yesterday, streamed today, streaming tomorrow, and be streaming Saturday. So if we head on over to the ending scene, we should be able to see. Oh, that's different. So what happened was, hang on, action cues. We tried to raid Anna last time, and it kind of got a bit balked, and guess we ended up with still this. So what we're going to do is thank you, Balint, for keeping us safe, and thank you, Dukasoft. Always appreciated having some good mods around you to keep everybody safe. We're going to try and do a raid out today, and hopefully this will clear itself and update, and everything will be rosy in the world. Unless, of course, my raid out stuff is balked or bjorked. And we're about to find out. So if you stick around for the raid, did you know, you might not know this, if you stick around for the raid, you get extra channel points on my channel. Yeah, you get awarded channel points from Twitch just for sticking around. So I would encourage you, even if you're like, yeah, I've got to go and do stuff now, I can't stick around for the raid, at least leave this window open and get those points, because why not? 3 points, right? Okay, so let's see who's on. Canny Dev is on. Streaming Falcon is on. Temptic is on. Hillfort Games is on. Man, there's a lot of friendos on today. Always keep a stick around, really useful. Yeah. What's the old joke? What's brown and sticky? Stick. Something like that. Okay, so I'm going to pick somebody, and then we're going to do the raid. We're going to raid on over, and we're going to say hi. Let me change this by number of viewers. You know who we could actually raid, who we don't really get much of a chance to raid, and it is the mighty Science Streams. We've talked about them. We've showed their YouTube channel off. I feel like at this point we probably should raid on over there, because why not? So let's do that today. Let's see what happens with the raid stuff. Oh, it cleared it, and it brought it back, and for some reason it's maxed it out already, even though it shouldn't do that until the end part. Okay, it's still the thing. At least we can see the schedule there. So I'll be back tomorrow on Friday at 9:30 AM Central Time, and then I'll be back again on Saturday at dark o'clock, 7:30 AM Central Time. Hopefully you have dropped me a follow and you have your notifications enabled, so you get told when I'm doing the streamy thing. How about tomorrow we actually try and do some rescue ball? Yeah, I know we talked about looking at some camera systems, so we need to do that so we can actually follow the player around.
Thank you so much for that.
There are the raid messages, as reiterated by Mighty Balint. So we're going to head on over there now and raid Science Streams, who have lots of fun stuff, even IRL streams like this. And there's the Munchkin ready to say hi when we raid on over. So here we go. Thanks everybody, appreciate you stopping by today, and I'll hopefully see you again tomorrow morning at 9:30 AM